Actually,
Yo. What's good? It's your boy John. Have some conversations during NFL weekly recapping the Super Bowl. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all joining us. So we're just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna go over this box score, and then we're just gonna have some comments about the game. Let me see. Shit loud. First, let me put some tunes on. Let me see. What's hot right now? What's hot? Damn. I ain't signed in. That's why. That makes more sense. Gotta find something to listen to real quick. Let's see. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Happy Valentine's Day. Yes, sir. Everybody out there going on dates and all that good stuff. Yeah, enjoy yourselves. Y'all be safe out there. All that. Let's see. All right. So, as most of you might know, Eagles ended up winning the Super Bowl 38 to 35 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Patrick Mahomes went 21 for 27, 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Isaiah Pacheco, 15 carries, 76 yards, 1 touchdown. Let me move this real quick. There we go. Uh, 15 carries, 76 yards for Isaiah Pacheco. Patrick Mahomes had another 6 carries for 44 yards. Jerick McKinnon had 4 carries for 34. Travis Kelce had 6 receptions for 81 yards. Juju Smith-Schuster, who had a hell of a game, had 7 receptions for 53 yards. Justin Watson, 2 receptions for 18. Let's see. Defense did their thing. Defense had 2 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, 2 QB hits. And then the defense had that critical touchdown, too, for Kansas City. So that was one hell of a fumble uh, by Jalen Hurts. So I mean, it's part of the game. It happens. Shout out to Andy Reid. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes. We know they legit. We know they serious. Um, we all know Andy Reid is one hell of a coach. Been in the game for 20 plus years. Took multiple teams to the Super Bowl. Um, 1, 2, right? Been like I said, he's one of those coaches that's been coaching a long time, and he's got the job done twice now. Him and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is also the MVP, the league MVP, right? We know Jalen Hurts was the Handsome Conversations MVP, um, but Patrick Mahomes being great did what Patrick Mahomes does on a bum ankle, right? He was making it happen, brought him back from a deficit, uh, and then took him down on that final drive to set him up for the game winning field goal. So we know Patrick Mahomes ain't no joke. You know, if you in the AFC, you got to go through Patrick Mahomes. Uh, yeah, that's the go right there. So it's tough to bet against him, hard to count him out because you know we all know what he's about. So can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. You see what's gonna happen, right? Uh, We're gonna go over the stats real quick for Jalen Hurts. Let's see. Jalen went 27 for 38, 304 yards, one touchdown, zero interceptions. Also had 15 carries for 70 yards, and three rushing touchdowns. So my dog had four touchdowns. You know he legit. You know he's a contender. Uh, you know, went out there, ball, had the costly fumble, right? Young cat, first time in the Super Bowl, big moment, trying to make a play, trying to be a winner, right? Sometimes we do too much. Uh, so lost that fumble. Kansas City recovered it, scored a touchdown. But great game, right? Came back to tie the not to tie the game up, but to go down, bring them back, score a touchdown, convert the 2 point conversion to tie the game up. Right, like we had action the entire game. It was a great game, great Super Bowl to watch. Uh, Jalen Hurts did his thing. Obviously, the Eagles came up short, but it is what it is. Kenneth Gainwell had 7 carries for 21 yards. Miles Sanders had 7 carries for 16. Boston Scott had 3 for 8. Devontae Smith had 7 receptions for 100 yards. AJ Brown had 6 for 96 yards and a TD. Dallas Goedert had 6 receptions for 60 yards. Uh, Kenneth Gainwell had 4 receptions for 20. And Pascal had 2 for 11. Right. Again, 2 fumbles, 1 lost. Right. A critical turnover. Uh, Defense didn't get any sacks. 1 tackle for loss. 5 QB hits. Defense did their thing. They played well. Um, you got a young quarterback. It's first trip to the Super Bowl. You got a young head coach. His first trip to the Super Bowl. So I mean, it is what it is. I kind of expect that. Um, I did think that. Uh, I did think that they were going to be able to pull this one off. Um, I definitely thought that the Eagles were going to be able to pull this one off. Right? They run that RPO very well. Uh, but it is what it is. Shit happens. He'll be back. Young, talented quarterback in the NFC East. All right, he'll have plenty of opportunities to get back to the Super Bowl and to win one. Uh, but yeah, man, just a great Super Bowl. Rihanna at the halftime performance, she was lovely to watch. She was dope. Um, Gotta love Riri. I know some of the fellas, you know, they they saw this one coming, right? That they believe that fumble was big time. It was game changing, right? By the Eagles. Um, lots of smack being talked about Jalen Hurts, but again, man, he's a young goat, very talented. Folks want to know if he can come back from behind. What was gonna happen if he had to use his arm, right? If he had to pass the ball 300 yards passing, um, tied the game up. So, I mean, shit, yeah, he played one hell of a game. One hell of a game played by the quarterbacks, that's for sure. And Andy Reid, man, just being a goat. That coaching, the play call twice, right, where you got a man wide open um, for touchdowns, right? So, that's Andy Reid being prepared. Like we knew he would be prepared, right? Because that's what great coaches do. They prepare. And in those critical moments, they come up with things, come up with plays, come up with coverages um, that just put them in a position to win. And that's what we saw. So, kind of expected from Andy Reid, that's for sure. Also in the NFL, moving on from the Super Bowl, we got Derek Carr, who's now a free agent, right? We got a couple teams interested. The Saints and the Panthers supposed to be interested in Derek Carr. I think the Saints would be a great place for him to land. Uh, I know the Panthers, the Saints and the Panthers, they're pretty much going to be rebuilding, but I think it's a great opportunity for him. A change of scenery, change of pace. Um, I mean, Sean Payton just signed with the Broncos. That would have been nice to have Derek Carr, and him and Derek Carr down there in New Orleans. But we'll see what happens down there. We'll see what happens. And as far as the Raiders, man, I know a lot of people were thinking that maybe Tom Brady would go to the Raiders. I know a lot of people are pulling for Aaron Rodgers to come to Las Vegas. Me personally, I like the backup that they got now, Stidham. Um, I think he's a good quarterback, young enough to mold and see what he does, but also at that point where he's coming up on a contract extension, that new contract Stidham is for the Raiders. Draft a quarterback, right? So I'm expecting the Raiders to draft a quarterback. I'm expecting Derek Carr to possibly go to the Saints. I think he have a better opportunity with the Saints than the Cardinals. So we'll see what happens. I mean, than the Panthers. My bad, not the Cardinals. And then the Cardinals just hired Jonathan Gannon. That's the Eagles defensive coordinator. Uh, we'll see what happens, right? You got a defensive minded guy who's going to be coaching up Kyler Murray. That's going to be different. We know Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury had a lot of issues. Kyler Murray cussing him out on the sideline. Uh, so this is going to be interesting. We're going to see how that works out, right? And him having a defensive-minded head coach, right? What does that mean? What will the offensive coordinator look like? Interesting, Eric Bieniemy, the Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator, who beat Jonathan Gannon, the former Eagles defensive coordinator, who's now the head coach of the Cardinals. Eric Bieniemy beat him, and Eric Bieniemy has 2 Super Bowls, and he's still without a job. I mean, he's still without a head coaching job. So that's interesting. Um, and Jonathan lost the Super Bowl. So the Ravens hire Todd Monken from Georgia, from the Georgia Bulldogs, college football. He was the offensive coordinator at Georgia, so I mean, we'd love to see what they could dial up for Lamar Jackson. Obviously, having contract talks with Lamar, so we don't know where Lamar will be. Um, right? Supposedly they like $100 million off between Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. That's a lot of money. So we'll see how this contract negotiation continues to go, and we'll see where he ends up. the Eagles hire or the Colts hire the Eagles offensive coordinator as well. What's his name? Let me see. But again, it's interesting to see that these losing coaches the coaches who made it to the Super Bowl but lost are getting these head coaching jobs. I'm waiting for Eric Bieniemy to get a head coaching job. Right, he's under Andy Reid. We know Andy Reid is a legend. We know Andy Reid is grooming him up to be a head coach. We would love to see him get his opportunity. Let me see. Let me figure out this Colts um, head coach name. Shane Steichen. Stetchen. But yeah, I mean we're gonna see. Are the Colts gonna bring in a quarterback and run an RPO? Shit, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. Um, I doubt it. So we'll see what else this coach has in the bag. But yeah, man. Hopefully, I mean we'll see what the Colts do. You know, the Colts need a quarterback for sure. Right, that's the position they gotta fill. They gotta figure that out. They gave Jeff Saturday a shot, which was it was cool to see because he's a Colts legend. But it's a lot of other guys out there that are qualified for that job that we wanted to see get a shot. Um, right, we know it's a lot of talented black coaches out there. A lot of other networks, they talk about it as well. But we definitely gonna call it out every time here. We're gonna speak on it. Um, because we know it's real, right? So we want to see these players get paid, and we want to see these excellent coaches get opportunities at those head coaching jobs. So, um, but yeah, that's that, man. We didn't have a winner for the prediction and for the score prediction. Um, so I was really looking forward to us having a winner and sending them a little gift. Um, we are going to be talking NBA, so that's going to be coming up soon. So be on the lookout for that. We're definitely going to be talking the NBA. Definitely going to be talking Lakers. A lot of things going to be centered around the Lakers. So that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, man, appreciate y'all. Had some conversations with John Hunt Jr. Right, appreciate y'all for tuning in, staying down, staying loyal. Yeah, man. So with that being said, let me give y'all a message real quick. Quick message. Don't give up on your dreams. Always chase your dreams. Right, even though it might not seem likely, you got people to think you might be crazy or whatever the case is. Man, have a dream, chase it. Right, don't don't give up on it. Um, right, you can go on vacation. Right, if you got to go on vacation, don't be afraid to go on vacation. Right, because we need those, but at the same time, right, don't play yourself. Right, you can be right there. Right, you might, you know, need that dream to carry you into greatness. So never give up on it. Encourage your kids to chase their dreams. Um, and with that being said, have some conversations with John Henry, NFL Weekly Recap. Appreciate y'all for staying down. Appreciate y'all for staying loyal all the way through the Super Bowl. Very exciting, very fun experience with my dogs, right? We all kind of, this was new for us, getting better at things, right? We all have commitments outside of this. So, it's tough for folks to come and join every week. But man, we just appreciate the love, and we want to get better. So stay down, stay connected. If you want to get involved, let me know. definitely looking for folks to get involved as well. So, man, appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Stay down, stay love, have some conversations. We out. Peace.